we want to do our trigonometry proofs, and I want to have a little bit of an introduction to that before I start going through all of them. Just to start off with, I never learn off proofs. It's easier to understand them. Now, there might be a few key points that you need to remember, but once you have those few key points in your mind when you're doing the proof, I should be able to easily get to the end of it by using maths, my understanding to finish it. So don't learn them off. You can, just like any proofs that we do, you can use information from a previous proof that you've covered in the proof that you're doing, but it must be information from a previous proof. And a lot of the trigonometry proofs are based on the use of the unit circle. So I'm going to have a quick look at that first. If you look at page 13 of your log tables, it's on the top of the page. And hopefully now it might make sense that if we have a look at it and use a bit of trigonometry, that the unit circle is based on the idea that every part of the circle, so every radius, every point in it, is 1 unit away from the centre. So no matter what direction, you're 1 unit away always. Which means that if I pick this point here and I drop down, I can look at it as a right-angled triangle. And this is, always 1 unit in length. So if I'm looking for, let's say, the x-coordinate of this point, well, that means I want this value here. And that means that that's, in terms of trigonometry, if this is the angle here created, that's the adjacent, and that's the hypotenuse. So if I want this over 1, then I need to use the cos of this angle here. Let's call it A. Similarly, if I wanted this side here, I'm just going to put a star beside it. This is the opposite. The only thing I know about the unit circle is the radius is 1. So again, if I use the sine of the angle, that would be opposite over 1, which is just the opposite. So that would give me the y value here, because the height of my triangle is the y value. The base of my triangle would give me the x value, and that would give me my xy coordinate. So if you look at your log tables and see this, that is where the cos A sine A comes out of. And you can have a look more at the different points, but they should be obvious that this is 1, 0 here. Then this is minus 1, 0 here. Again, then 1 is the y value, so 0, 1, and 0, minus 1 for that point there. I could use my trigonometry though to figure that out, because I could go cos of 90, because the angle there is 90, is 0, sine of 90 is 1, and that's how I can come up with this point anyway. Or if I look at it in terms of coordinate geometry, I'll come up with it probably a little bit quicker and easier. That's the unit circle.